This video is thanks to viewers like you, who have made requests on particular builds. Today we are doing a request by the Intelligent Orc 7470. Yes, I do take requests, and we are actually going to be doing 2 of your requests. So, if you are still watching, my friend, stay tuned for your second character build request. But with that being said, let's not dilly-dally and get on with today's video. Greetings, my dear viewers. It is I, Drayon, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons Character Conversions. It has been quite a while, hasn't it? In this series, we take a look at characters from across media and bring them into Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And today we are looking at Conan the Barbarian. Now, I do not know much about this character, if anything at all. I just know that he exists. He's a muscular dude, and apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger played him in one of the live-action films. So, everything that I talk about in this video is going off of a Wikipedia page. So if I get anything wrong or miss something about his character, please let me know in the comment section down below. There might be a time where I revisit Conan's build in the future. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at his stats. Starting things off with the point buy system, we are going with a strength of 14, dexterity and wisdom will be at a 12, constitution and intelligence will be a 13, with charisma being his lowest stat at the moment at 10. That's right, we are not going below a 10 on any of these stats. Now, according to the wiki, Conan is known as a Cimmerian, which almost sounds like Samaritan. Anyway, a Cimmerian is technically human, so we are going to be going with the human variant, which is going to give us a +1 to our constitution and our intelligence. We're going to be a size of medium, even though he is rather large, stated to be a giant compared to other Cimmerians. One of the creators had noted that Conan is roughly as tall as his friend, who is about 7 feet tall, at least at the time of interview. So that's a rough estimate on Conan's size. So we most definitely could have gone for a Goliath if we so chose. But considering that he is still a Cimmerian, just like all the others in his world, we're keeping him as a human variant. For an alternative feat, you could go with something like, what was that one that we gave the other human character? It was like bulky or something. It gave the large might feature, basically, of like the orc or stuff. But going with that feat could be a good alternative. However, the feat that we're going to be going with for Conan is Tavern Brawler, as you might be able to do well with a sword, but Conan is able to hold his own in a hand-to-hand fight. Some depictions have Conan literally strangling someone, which is just what the Tavern Brawler is used for, along with a certain fighting style which we will get into shortly. We're also going with the skill of Perception, and you also get 2 languages of choice, Common and 1 other. Moving on to our background. Now, according to the wiki page that I had found, Conan is a warrior. And, well, the closest thing to a warrior is a soldier. Now, I'm going to make a slight change to this background and change the land vehicle to sea vehicle. This is because Conan has stated to also have been a pirate for a short amount of time, so he does have some control over ships. And this has actually been stated in one of the books, apparently. One of the characters had described Conan to be well versed in steering a ship, even though he did not look like he would know anything about sea vessels. Furthermore, you get your feature of military rank since he is indeed a warrior. You also get proficiency in one gaming set of your choice, as well as 2 skills, athletics and intimidation. Moving on to our class, to surprise to no one, we are going with the Barbarian. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are getting a good chuckle at the fact that we have a high intelligence Barbarian. It is a very hurtful stereotype that barbarians are stupid. Conan is very intelligent and is well versed in forms of combat and military strategy, which is something that we are also going to be addressing in this video. Anyway, starting hit points, we get a hit die of 1d12, hit points of 12 plus your constitution modifier. Your unarmored defense uses your dexterity and constitution, making it a 13 at this point in time. Additional hit points at higher levels is going to be 1d12 plus your constitution modifier per barbarian level after the first. Proficiencies in light armor, medium armor, and shields, as well as simple and martial weapons, strength and constitution saving throws, and your perception and survival skills. Which I forgot to change. That needs to change to one of the other skills. Or I guess we need to change the skill from our race. We'll probably have to change the race one. So anyway, perception and survival for your human race skill. Since we don't have it, acrobatics. We got athletics, but we did not get acrobatics. Let's go with acrobatics for our human variant skill proficiency. Anyway, also as a barbarian, you get access to rage. Moving on. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. One of the things that Conan has been described to do is sometimes wear armor. More specifically, a chain shirt, which at this point in time is going to give him a little bit better armor class than his unarmored defense. So if you're looking for some starting equipment, I would recommend going with the chain shirt, as he has been described to wear from time to time. Moving on to level 2 Barbarian, you get access to your danger sense and reckless attack. Now for our multi-class into Fighter. You'll get a hit die of 1d10 and extra hit points equal to 1d10 plus your constitution modifier per fighter level. For your fighting style, go ahead and go with unarmed fighting. You also get access to Second Wind. Level 2 fighters get access to Action Surge. Level 3 fighters, we get a martial archetype. And this is where things get a little interesting, and I needed a martial archetype that best suited Conan. He is a battle tactician after all. He is not just a simple barbarian. So definitely not going with something like the Unearthed Arcana's Brute. So I decided to go with the Benerit, or as it's commonly known as, the Purple Dragon Knight. This is because we get the feature of Rallying Cry, which is definitely a useful feature to have, letting you use your Second Wind feature on a couple of your allies, which works for Conan. Going on to the 4th level, we're going to grab a feat, and this one I wanted to go with the linguist. This is because, despite the fact that we get able to create some written ciphers, we'll just ignore that part. The main focus is the 3 languages of your choice. And this is because it is stated that Conan is multilingual. He knows several different languages, which has impressed even the highest of scholars and mages. This also happenstance to increase our intelligence by 1 point. Moving on to level 5 fighter, go ahead and grab your extra attack feature. Moving on to level 6, go ahead and increase your strength and intelligence each by 1, rounding them each to a 16. Finally, we are going to level up our Barbarian to level 3. For your primal knowledge, go with nature. Primal path, it's going to be an interesting one. I almost went with Berserker. However, there is one primal path that interested me, and that was the primal path of the Zealot. You get access to Divine Fury and Warrior of the Gods. Now, if you're like me and know next to nothing about Conan, you would probably think that this does not fit, because normally barbarians do not have a god to serve unless they're like Vikings or something. And that's when the lore of Conan the Barbarian comes into play, because Conan has a god he serves, known as Crom. So, this, as it has been described, Diet Paladin, does indeed fit for Conan, since he fights for the glory of Crom. He is a warrior of Crom. So it kind of fits. Mostly it's just an excuse to use the Zealot Barbarian, and it still works. Moving on to level 4 Barbarian, go ahead and increase your Charisma by 2 points, making it a 12. While he is rather blunt, he still is good with his words. Unlike yours truly. Anyway, moving on to level 5 Barbarian. You already have extra attack thanks to your 5th level fighter, so we're only going to be getting access to fast movement at this level. Moving on to level 7 fighter, and it looks like I skipped Barbarian level 6 for some reason. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, level 7 fighter gets access to Royal Envoy, which gives you access to Persuasion, which you get to add twice your proficiency bonus to, as if you had expertise. Moving on to level 8 fighter, you get access to an increase in your dexterity, increasing it to a 14. Moving on to level 7 Barbarian, go ahead and get yourself Feral Instinct and Instinctive Pounce. At level 8 Barbarian, increase your strength by 2 points. Level 9 Barbarians get access to Brutal Critical. Level 9 Fighters get access to Indomitable. At level 10, your fighter will get access to Inspiring Surge. And at level 10 Barbarian, we get access to Primal Knowledge once again for animal handling, and we also get access to Zealous Presence. And that is it for today's build. What did you think of Conan the Barbarian as a Dungeons & Dragons character? Let me know in the comment section below who you would like to see next. Until next time, this has been Drayon, and I am offline.